Cummins just made a move no one expected. And at the center is CEO Jennifer Rumsey, unveiling a radical new engine that could rewrite the rules of clean transportation. It's not diesel, it's not fully electric, it's something entirely new, powerful, efficient, and designed for the real world. Could this engine actually beat EVs at their own game? And why are some experts calling it the future of trucking? What exactly did Cummins just unleash? Right, let's jump into the power behind the engine and why Cummins just made headlines across the world. Under the leadership of CEO Jennifer Rumsey, Cummins didn't just build a new engine, they've built a clean tech monster. It's called the X15N, and at first glance, it might look like any other heavy-duty engine. But the moment you dig deeper or see it in action, you realize it's playing a whole different game, rewriting what people thought was possible in the world of heavy transport. Let's start with the basics. This isn't your average diesel workhorse. The X15N is powered by natural gas, specifically compressed natural gas, CNG, or renewable natural gas, RNG. And despite using alternative fuel, it still manages to pump out a jaw-dropping 400 to 500 horsepower. That's not just impressive. That's enough raw power to pull massive long-haul trucks across entire countries, up hills, through harsh weather, and under heavy loads. And it does all this without breaking a sweat. But here's where things get really interesting. It's not just about power. The real headline is how clean and efficient this engine is. While most people think natural gas engines must sacrifice performance or reliability, Cummins is proving the opposite. The X15N delivers performance that rivals or even beats diesel engines, and it does it with dramatically lower emissions. That means way less pollution going into the air, fewer carbon emissions, and a significantly lower environmental impact. It's a huge step forward for industries that rely on trucking but want to move toward greener operations. And let's not forget about cost. With rising diesel prices and tightening regulations, every fleet operator is looking for an edge. The X15N provides it. Running on CNG or RNG means fuel costs are noticeably lower, especially over the long haul. When you're operating dozens or even hundreds of trucks, that adds up fast. We're talking serious savings month after month, all without cutting back on performance. Now here's another key point that can't be overstated: adaptability. Jennifer Rumsey and the Cummins team didn't just want to make an engine for today, they wanted one that could evolve. That's why the X15N is designed to be future-ready. It runs on natural gas now, but it's also being developed to run on hydrogen fuel. Yes, hydrogen, with minimal adjustments. That kind of fuel flexibility is a game changer. It means fleets that adopt the X15N today won't be stuck when hydrogen infrastructure finally scales up. They'll already be halfway there. And here's the real genius of the design. It doesn't require a complete truck overhaul. The X15N is compatible with existing heavy-duty vehicle platforms. That means fleet operators can upgrade their engines without replacing their entire fleet. It's a plug-and-play solution in a world where most companies are being told they need to scrap everything and start from scratch. That's not just smart engineering, it's good business sense. Let's not forget about maintenance either. Traditional diesel engines come with their share of issues: smoke, soot, high service costs, and lots of downtime. The X15N changes that. Because it burns cleaner fuel, there's less residue and wear on internal components. It runs cooler, breaks down less often, and requires less frequent servicing. That means more uptime for trucks, less money spent at repair shops, and drivers spending more time on the road where they earn. All of this leads to a bigger story, one that goes beyond nuts and bolts. This engine is proof that we don't need to wait decades for a cleaner transport solution. We don't need to wait for a magical leap in battery tech or government subsidies to make clean transport possible. Cummins, under Jennifer Rumsey's leadership, has shown that practical, affordable, scalable solutions can exist right now. It's also a major statement to the wider EV industry. While many EV startups and established automakers are still working out the kinks, from limited range to lack of infrastructure, Cummins has delivered a real, working, scalable solution. No waiting, no hype, just results. And it doesn't end here. Jennifer Rumsey isn't stopping with this engine. Her broader strategy includes investments in hydrogen, electric drivetrains, and hybrid systems. But she's also clear-eyed about the challenges. She knows that trucking can't just flip a switch overnight. That's why she's focused on building bridges, engines like the X15N that can serve the industry today while preparing it for tomorrow. So if you're wondering whether this is just another engine, the answer is no. It's a new chapter in clean transport, and it's already underway. With Jennifer Rumsey steering the ship, Cummins is not just adapting to the future, they're helping define it. The X15N isn't a prototype. It's not a concept. It's here, it's working, and it's shaking up everything we thought we knew about what clean heavy-duty transport can look like. And if that doesn't get your attention, here's a thought. If an engine like this is already on the road, what else could Cummins be working on behind the scenes? What tech are they quietly developing that might once again surprise the whole industry? Let's find out next by taking a closer look at the smart technology that powers this revolutionary engine. For trucking companies, city bus operators, and even entire government fleets, the new X15N engine from Cummins isn't just impressive, it's a complete game changer. This isn't some niche experimental tech that'll take 10 years to scale. It's a real practical solution designed to meet today's transport challenges head on. And the person making it all happen? Jennifer Rumsey, the CEO of Cummins. Her vision is bold, yet grounded in real-world needs. She's not building tech just for the headlines. She's building it to solve the actual problems fleets and governments are facing every single day. Think about the biggest headaches in the transportation industry right now. Sky-high fuel costs, stricter emissions rules, aging diesel trucks that are expensive to maintain, and an EV infrastructure that simply isn't keeping pace with demand. Well, the X15N tackles all of that. It runs on clean fuels like compressed natural gas, CNG, renewable natural gas, RNG, and is even being positioned to work with hydrogen in the near future. That flexibility means fleet operators can dramatically lower fuel costs while also cutting emissions without needing to wait for electric vehicle charging networks to be fully built out, which could take years or even decades in some regions. And that's the point. Jennifer Rumsey knows the shift to clean transport isn't a one-size-fits-all process. Different companies, cities, and countries are at different stages in the journey. Some places have strong EV infrastructure, while others barely have basic charging stations. That's why Cummins didn't just chase the EV hype. Instead, they created a clean engine that works now and works everywhere. Whether you're a trucking company in rural Texas, a logistics operator in Europe, or a municipal bus service in India, the X15N is designed to fit into your world, not the other way around. What makes this engine so valuable for large fleets is how easy it is to adopt. This isn't one of those upgrades that requires you to scrap everything and start over. In many cases, operators can retrofit their existing trucks with the X15N engine. That means they don't have to invest millions into brand new vehicles. Instead, they can modernize the fleets they already own, cutting waste, slashing upgrade costs, and avoiding the downtime that usually comes with fleet transitions. That's a huge win in an industry where time off the road means money lost. But the impact goes far beyond private companies. Governments are paying attention too. Across the US, Europe, and parts of Asia, countries are rolling out stricter environmental regulations to tackle climate change. They're pushing hard to decarbonize public transport, reduce greenhouse gases, and meet international sustainability goals. For city councils managing large bus fleets or national governments overseeing road freight emissions, the X15N is a golden opportunity. It ticks all the right boxes: lower emissions, reduced fuel costs, easy adoption, and compatibility with renewable fuels. Take the United States, for example. The Inflation Reduction Act has already pushed billions in clean energy incentives, and many of those programs reward technologies that reduce emissions quickly and affordably. The X15N fits perfectly into that framework. It offers a near-term solution that can start reducing emissions right now. No need to wait until 2035 or beyond. That kind of immediacy is incredibly valuable to policymakers looking to show results. In Europe, where urban clean air zones are becoming more common, engines like the X15N could help commercial operators meet compliance standards without switching to electric trucks that aren't yet feasible for long-haul routes. And in India, where urban pollution is a growing crisis and infrastructure upgrades are still catching up, natural gas engines present a realistic pathway toward cleaner streets without straining public budgets. In all these regions, governments are looking for solutions that strike a balance between ambition and practicality. And that's exactly what Cummins is offering under Rumsey's leadership. Now, let's talk about scalability. This isn't just about fitting into one fleet or one city. The X15N is already being deployed across multiple continents, from the highways of North America to commercial hubs in Europe and rapidly growing markets in Asia. Cummins has global reach and real manufacturing power, which means they can scale production fast. That's another reason why this isn't just a cool concept or a limited run experiment. It's the real deal, designed to go mainstream. And let's not forget the bigger picture, economics. The total cost of ownership is one of the biggest factors when fleet managers decide whether to switch technologies. Electric trucks still come with high upfront costs, long charging times, and uncertainty around battery longevity. The X15N avoids all of that. It's not just cleaner, it's also affordable, durable, and easy to maintain. Fleet operators can start saving money on fuel and maintenance from day one without betting their entire business on a single new technology. Jennifer Rumsey understands that the energy transition has to work for everyone, not just for the companies with massive budgets or the cities with perfect infrastructure. And that's why the X15N is such a strategic breakthrough. It doesn't demand perfection from the world around it. Instead, it adapts to what's already in place, helping industries and governments make meaningful progress without waiting for a perfect future that might never come. This is what makes it such a powerful tool, not just for business, but for society. It helps accelerate the shift to lower emissions in a way that's inclusive, practical, and cost-effective. And in a time when many clean technologies feel out of reach for all but the biggest players, that accessibility matters more than ever. So what happens next? That's the exciting part, because while the X15N is making headlines today, it's also laying the groundwork for something even bigger. Jennifer Rumsey isn't just stopping with one engine. She's building a whole ecosystem of fuel-flexible, smart, and sustainable technologies designed to power the future of heavy transport. Whether it's hydrogen engines, hybrid systems, or next-gen battery platforms, Cummins is betting on a diversified future, not a single solution, and that future is coming fast. So if the X15N is the spark that's lighting the fire, the real explosion is still ahead. A wave of clean, practical, and scalable engine technology is on the way, and it's being led by a company that understands what fleets and governments actually need. Let's now dive into where all this momentum is coming from and the massive backing from the US government that's pushing this revolution forward. This isn't just a technical upgrade, it's a strategic shift. Jennifer Rumsey and the team at Cummins aren't just designing engines, they're building a new roadmap for cleaner, smarter transport that works in the real world. With the launch of the X15N, they're showing fleet operators that they don't need to wait years to take climate action. They can do it now without sacrificing power, reliability, or their bottom line. But in a world that's pushing hard toward electric and hydrogen-only options, the big question remains, can this engine keep up? The answer might be more impressive than you think. What really shows Cummins is serious about leading this shift isn't just the tech, it's the sheer level of investment and commitment behind it. Under CEO Jennifer Rumsey's leadership, Cummins has secured a historic $75 million grant from the US Department of Energy, the largest the company has ever received. And instead of stopping there, they matched it with another $75 million of their own. That's a total of $150 million now being pumped straight into their clean engine program. This money is being used to upgrade their historic Columbus engine plant into a clean tech hub for zero emissions manufacturing. Over 360,000 square feet of space is being overhauled to build electric powertrain components, advanced battery systems, and next-gen parts for their Accelera Zero Emissions division. And it's not just about machines, it's about jobs. This investment will create 250 new full-time positions and give current workers the chance to shift into the growing clean energy space. For Jennifer Rumsey, this isn't just a milestone, it's personal. She sees this as part of Cummins' legacy, turning a nearly century-old factory into a symbol of what clean, future-ready manufacturing can look like. It's not about walking away from combustion engines. It's about reinventing them to serve a low-emissions world. And this isn't future talk. It's happening right now. This isn't a headline for investors or a concept for testing labs. It's real infrastructure, real action, and real leadership. And it's all part of a much larger strategy that goes beyond just one engine. Because here's where things get really interesting. The X15N isn't just about being clean. It's about being flexible. Jennifer Rumsey and Cummins are rejecting the idea that there's only one way forward. Instead of betting everything on battery electric or waiting for hydrogen to catch up, they're introducing a fuel-agnostic engine. That means the X15N is built to run on multiple low-emission fuels, including CNG compressed natural gas, RNG renewable natural gas, and even hydrogen in the near future. It's a practical approach in an unpredictable world, because not every city has charging stations. Hydrogen pumps are rare, grid upgrades are slow, but CNG and RNG, they're already available and scalable. So fleets can start cutting emissions today using fuel that works now, and still have the flexibility to evolve tomorrow. That's what makes this engine such a game changer. It gives companies options. It future-proofs their fleets. And that's a big deal in an industry where vehicle life cycles last 10 to 15 years or more. Operators don't want to gamble on a single fuel or spend millions replacing everything. The X15N solves that by letting them retrofit current trucks and upgrade fuel types when the time is right. This isn't just about environmental impact, it's also about cost. Clean fuels like RNG are cheaper than diesel in many places, and using an engine like the X15N gives companies real savings while staying ahead of regulations. And since the same engine platform can be adapted to hydrogen later, there's no need to buy a completely different truck just to keep up with policy changes. It's a smart, flexible model that challenges the one-size-fits-all mentality that's been dominant in clean transport conversations. Jennifer Rumsey's fuel-flexible strategy stands out because it's grounded in the realities of the road, not just the hopes of a zero-emission future. And this approach is already raising eyebrows in the EV industry. While many battery electric companies are slowing production, facing cost overruns, or waiting for infrastructure to catch up, Cummins is moving forward with something ready to hit the road now. With the X15N, Jennifer Rumsey is shaking the assumption that electrification is the only answer. She's proving that innovation can be fuel flexible, scalable, and grounded in real-world use cases. And the EV first crowd, they're starting to realize they may have to share the spotlight. So what happens when an old school engine company starts leading the clean fuel revolution? That's exactly where we're headed next. So if you thought Cummins was just building a new engine, think again. They're rewriting the rule book. And now that we understand the strategy, let's look at how the world is reacting and why this move might just change the game for good. Here's the twist that's making EV giants sweat. This isn't just about a new engine. It's about challenging the very idea that full electrification is the only path forward. Cummins, under the sharp leadership of CEO Jennifer Rumsey, is showing that you don't have to rip out every diesel truck and go all in on batteries to go green. And that has some people seriously rethinking the direction of the EV industry. The X15N engine doesn't fit into the clean versus dirty, electric versus combustion narrative. It's a hybrid of innovation and realism, powerful, low emission, fuel flexible, and ready for roads right now. That makes it a direct threat to companies pushing one-size-fits-all battery electric models, especially when Cummins can offer comparable meaningful emissions reduction without the costly infrastructure overhaul. Jennifer Rumsey is openly challenging the EV orthodoxy, the idea that electric vehicles are the only clean future. Instead, she's pushing for a multi-path approach where tech like the X15N gives fleets and governments real, scalable options today. For industries battling tight margins and unpredictable policy shifts, that's a huge advantage. And let's not forget, while EV makers are still battling battery shortages, charging delays, and sky-high upfront costs, Cummins is rolling out an engine that fits into today's world and tomorrow's. It's practical, powerful, and it plays by a different set of rules. So is this engine shaking the EV industry? Absolutely. Because it's not just a product, it's a statement. And Jennifer Rumsey is making it loud and clear. The future isn't electric only. It's smart, flexible, and already here. So, what does all this mean for the future of transportation? It means the game just changed, and not in the way most people expected. While the EV industry has been charging full speed ahead, Cummins, led by the bold vision of CEO Jennifer Rumsey, has quietly built something that could flip the script. The X15N engine isn't just another upgrade, it's a real-world solution for a cleaner, more flexible future. It doesn't ask the world to wait for charging stations or perfect infrastructure. It works right now with the power and reliability that the heavy-duty world demands. If you've been told there's only one way forward, think again. This engine proves there's more than one path to zero emissions, and Cummins is carving out a lane of its own. Whether you run a fleet, care about the environment, or just love the idea of innovation that actually makes sense, this is the moment to pay attention.